G'day, Stoo's Secret Stash here today from Grafton, and we have beautiful weather today and a magnificent display of machines at the Grafton Motorfest 2025. And this year the featuring marque is of course one of Australia's most beloved marques, and that is Holden. So we've got a lot of, I heard we had almost 80 Holdens here today just at South Grafton where this event is. So sit back, relax, and as I scan around and look at some of the vehicles that we have here today in South Grafton. Gorgeous to see an old FX Holden utility. And when these became known, when Prime Minister Chifley announced these, they were known as Australia's own. And 48-215, of course, was the year they came out, 1948, and they had a 2.15 six-cylinder motor. So it seems almost incredible today, 2.15 litre. So that's what they had. The 48-215 became known as that. So next to that, we've got, of course, the FJ, slightly different grills for starters and other changes, but here we have an FJ sedan. And look at the room inside there. But very, very Aussie. And we've got a restored example, and next to it, g'day Hawley, how are you, mate? I'm just enjoying the cars, mate.
Yeah, me too, just got here.
Just doing a bit of a film around.
Yeah, you do, mate.
Just started, good, mate. Mate, beautiful weather for it.
Lovely, lovely. I just got here, mate.
Yeah.
About 11:30, I did.
Yep. That's what it's all about. Well, today you got Holdens, mate. You're a Holden man, so
Holden man.
you would love this.
Yeah, I love the old FJ, same age as me.
Yeah, yeah. The FJ unrestored. This one, they got the restored one there and an unrestored one here.
I should have got the old bloody XF Ute down here.
You could have, mate. Yeah.
Next to me.
Yep, that's it, man.
All right, mate.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
I'll see you along here after.
Will do, man. See you, mate. An FX here, FX sedan.
Send it through, mate.
No worries. Beautiful. Later model wheels there. Now looking at, is it an EK or an FB? I'm not big on which one it is, but here we got the beautiful H Series 350 Monaro. And they were just awesome machines. To a later model Commodore, an SS. Back to another HT Monaro, GDS Monaro. And it's been resto modded, I'd say, by the look of this. It's just beautiful condition. Next to that, we've got a HQ 4-door GDS. And used to be many of those running around, and of course now you just don't get very many of them. A later model Commodore, an SS with a walk and chalk package on it, so probably churning out in the range of 450 to 500 kilowatts, which is quite incredible when you think about it. And here we've got a very, very modified, I don't know if it's an original one, but what looks like a VH SLE Commodore, and these were considered the most luxurious cars at the time. And the motor is definitely not stock standard. An EH wagon, and it does look very standard. And it's great to see these Aussie icons still on the road and being appreciated. And the workmanship and the love behind that is just awesome to see. Holden Adventurer, of course, being the Commodore version, but it had a four-wheel drive set up in it. And we've got the VK Blue Mini replica here, and looks like it's got an LS motor in it. And been put together. Lovely put together. And besides that, we've got a LJ XU1, and I actually know this owner, and it's been beautifully put together, and just a gorgeous car. The matching numbers, and very hard to find these days. And who'd have thought that you would see a VR or a VS Commodore at a show? But here we are, folks, in 2025, and these cars are coming to their own and semi-collectible. Of course, back to another Monaro, and you just can't beat it. And of course, this one's a HK. A 5-litre motor in it, and it's great to see. Moving on to a VY Commodore. And we've got a Commodore Brigade here, a couple of Commodores in a row. And next to the Commodore we've got a couple of HZs. I know the owner of these cars, and both of them are 253 HZ Premiers. And it's really nice to see these cars in restored, cherished condition. Another Kingswood with the old 3.3 litre motor, which of course is the 202 as they call it. And yes, and here we've got a business promotional vehicle, Grafton District Funerals, of course made from a Commodore and stretched and yeah, rather special. And I suppose if you're going to go out, you might as well go out in style in something Aussie. And sad that they don't make them anymore. Moving on to here, we've got Les's Commodore here, which of course has got the 5.7 litre V8, and I do believe this car is actually, apart from being beautifully presented, has been driven by the great Peter Brock. And we will probably feature this car in a upcoming YouTube episode. Next to that we've got a Tirana. Notice it's got the 3 carbs there. 6-cylinder, not a V8 as many of them are. Continuing on with the Holdens, and what is now a very, very sought after car, the VNSS. And of course today they're on club plates. They're more than 30 years of age. Next to that we've got a Club Sport, and that, I think that might be the Tiger Mica colour as they call it. And if you've got the money, this one's for sale. Gen 3 SS Holden Ute. And stock standard, absolutely stock standard HG Kingswood. And 6-cylinder, and some information about that. Obviously the pride and joy of the owners. As of July 2013, had only done 23,900 miles. HR utility. Definite Aussie icon. Seeing all these old Holdens. Someone who's a bit of a Eels Parramatta fan. They can't help that, I guess. And by golly, it's an interesting creation, isn't it? It's talk about patina, but then you look in the engine bay and it's not just a patina built car, it's a sleeper, you know, with a wild motor and a very, very standard patinaed exterior. Panel van with a Chev motor, H series. Back to a late model Commodore Ute, V8 Ute, of course with the Chev motor, and back to a HQ. Stoo's Secret Stash back here again, and we've got a Nissan Silvia, because these cars have been very popular in the street boys and the racing, and particularly drifting. Got an Evo, Mitsubishi Evo 7, and very, very quick machines, Evos, and now very sought after. An SS50 Ute, and gorgeously restored Fairlane here. And this car is really, really the pride of its owner. And when looking around the car, you can see why. Just beautifully, beautifully presented. And as if to be strategically placed, immediately next door you have the Fairlane, and then immediately next door, what was the opposition to the Fairlane? And we had the Holden Statesman, and we've got a DeVille here. DeVille with the 308. In this instance, it's a HQ, and it's got the beautiful interior, which of course was standard, and as we've seen before, this has got the black painted roof, and it probably was a vinyl roof, but vinyl used to hold all kinds of moisture and had developed rust problems and so forth. So a lot of owners have actually changed them around. We've got the HQ GDS. What a beautiful car. To think that we used to drive these around as family cars and daily drives. Nowadays you go down to the car dealers and you buy a BYD or a Tesla or some other kind of car that we won't spend time talking about here, I'm afraid. I'm not the least bit interested in this point. So all that lurks under the bonnet is not standard and is not sleepy. This thing would definitely get up and go. Okay, I've got a late model SS Chevy Camaro. And yeah, very sought after. And I've got a Bedford here.
G'day, Stoo.
G'day mate, how are you?
Good, mate.
The port wine colour or candy apple coloration there. And next to that, I've got a Mini of having some various bits and pieces. Probably got some Cooper S parts on it, I dare say, but doesn't present as a Cooper S. Someone's pride and joy Land Cruiser with a whole lot of airbrushing, and the detail obviously put a lot of money and effort into it. And I've got an S-type Jaguar here. And yeah, very, very nice. Moving on to the Sunbeam Rapier, and that's a two-door. So it's a two-door coupe, and they're pillarless coupes, of course, these two doors. I hope you can hear me over the noise of the loudspeakers. I didn't bring my little microphones today. A comma ute. Blue Wren Nursery, there you go. It's a really effective way to advertise your business. Subaru Leone, how many of these do you see? Very, very commonplace one day, sometime in the past, I guess I could say. An SS Chevy Camaro 350, beautifully presented. Here we've got, hello, we've got a DS21 Citroen. Very, very popular. For sale, Austin 7. I would love to buy it, but I would get in awful trouble if I came home with another vehicle. An XB, GT351 Falcon. And these have become very, very collectible today, as most muscle cars, Aussie muscle cars, 4-speed, very original looking. Mach 1 Mustang 351. The old Datsun 1200. And interesting Ford XR8 here. You want to get into a hot rod, folks? Then I know this car is for sale with a almost matching teardrop Caravan. And I think from memory it has $50,000 on it, so very, very affordable motoring. A Buick Electra, I think you'll find this car is, and what big land yachts these things are. Just huge, and what a statement. American cars, they really weren't shy of making a statement at the time. Onto another American machine, and we've got a Chevy Corvette. And then next to that, another Chevy, and a very early ute, or truck I should say. Stoo from Stoo's Secret Stash back again, and now we're looking at a standard VN Commodore, which of course we're looking at cars that are 89, 90, so they're well and truly considered classic cars now, over the 30-year benchmark. And now we've got an an EK Holden panel van. It's not panel van. Holden station wagon. I need to go back to bed, I think, and have a sleep and wake up with some intelligence again. So that's a HZ Statesman. And next to that, a very early V, B or C Commodore. Then on to an LC GTR Tirana. And this car has been owned from new by the same owner. And now we've got a WB Holden Statesman that does not look standard. It certainly had some work done to it. And look at the motor on that, folks. That is not a standard 308 Holden motor. That's had a fair bit of work put onto it. And again, same with the Tirana. Fair bit of work. And obviously the joy of the owner. And back to a HG. And looks totally stock standard, but under the bonnet here suggests that it's far from stock standard. Moving on here, we've got a couple of Beagles out in the sunshine. And beautiful Fiat 124 AC Sport. The very first model of the 124s. The Morris Major. Yeah, one exactly the same. I imagine many years ago there were many of these running around. Where are they all now, hey? Yeah. Tough, very tough. And that's what I love about these car shows, where, like it or not, we're reliving history, nostalgia. Yeah, tough old machines. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah. Lovely. And we've got a Humber Super Snipe. Very tough old machines. Yeah. Yeah. That's when workmanship really mattered.
It did,
yeah. Moving on to something very modern, and that's a Porsche. So I think that's a Macan, that one, not a Cayenne. I think that's a Porsche Macan. And then moving on here, we've got a Bentley Turbo R. So of course a huge motor car, 6.75 V8 motor, and add that to the fact that it's turbocharged as well. So drive past everything except service stations. G'day. My Suzu Ute, and got a fair bit of airbrushing and so forth going on there. Sahara and people here at the EK wagon sitting back having a picnic, enjoying life. A kind of car called a Whippet, hey? So if you thought a Whippet was a dog, you're in for a bit of education, because it's also a car. And a very early Ford. Very early. Beautiful machine. So Stoo's Secret Stash, and we've got an early Chev here, just cruising. And don't you love the extra little addition there for the grandchild or child to enjoy motoring, and yeah, wonderful. Some really interesting machines over here. Very early MG, and nothing like the Chinese cars that you see running around today. Beautiful car. I hazard a guess that that's a TC, And over here we've got one of the original Holden Commodore ambulances. And of course these were put together by J Cab in Tamworth, these extra fiberglass pods on the back, and they were rebranded and made into proper functioning ambulances, which were very popular at the time, but of course they are quite rare now and reasonably sought after. And this one's certainly beautifully presented, and down to an EH Holden special sedan. So I've got two matching EH Holdens, very similar in colour. One's got aftermarket rubber on it, but they're both remarkably original in condition. Lovely to see. Okay, and now we've got our Ferguson tractors, of course made famous by the late Harry Ferguson in England, who developed the first four-wheel drive system for tractors and incidentally put that onto vehicles. We're starting with the Jensen FF and now ending up with the four-wheel drive system you now see with Range Rover and various other four-wheel drives. So we've got the early Massey Fergusons here, 35, a slightly more modern 135, through to the Ford here. And there's the owner, looks like he's proud of his Ford.
The Julie F truck, F350.
The F350, and it's a workhorse?
Sort of, yeah. They're in semi-retirement these days.
That's it, that's it.
Yeah, 302 V8.
Lovely.
4-speed, manual.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Spaniard, not lazy.
Yeah, no, good stuff.
Armstrong power steering.
That's your daily workout every day.
Yeah, Armstrong power steering.
That's it, I love that. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
Well, good to see you. And yeah, look after you. We've got the right weather here right now. Sun baking, got it all worked out.
Thanks, mate.
We've got some Army issue Land Rovers. And gone are the days where we have these kind of very basic vehicles in the Army, but it's wonderful to be able to celebrate times that we've lived through and had. And we've got a Dodge, an early Dodge here. Very popular vehicles. And we've almost got a matching pair here of an XC Ford Falcon GXL. Now the beauty of this is that it's a 351. And very rare car because 351 4-speed, beautiful condition with hot wires, and then a trailer that's been built to, I guess you'd say, to match the XC that we have here. And really delightful cars. And down the end here we've got a Mitsubishi, I believe this is an FSO. S-type Jaguar. Next to a similar colour but a completely different vehicle, a Sunbeam Talbot. And an early model Fairlane with a 302 V8, so that's about an FB. So a long wheelbase BMW. And a Jaguar Mark II 3.4, so not the most desirable. The 3.8, of course, with the overdrive was the most desirable Jaguar, but the 3.4 was certainly not too far behind. And we have the GTR Nissan, very popular nowadays. Moving on to the MG RV8, which of course had the Rover V8 in it, hence the fact that it was called an RV8. And didn't really take off in Australia, but they've imported a lot of them to the UK and to Japan, and quite a number of these were original Japanese delivery cars and now very popular. Moving on, we have another very, very interesting Land Rover, and I guess this redefines a troop carrier. So we've got, apart from the cabin, we've got a number of interesting things here for this. and then
Save you a ton of stress. Yeah. Like,
through here,
you can do that.
through to the old Ford custom line sedan, which is just awesome. The Ford FPV GT. Moving on to what we affectionately called the Land Crab here in Australia. And they actually had an 1800cc motor that was the same that was put in an MGB onto a Land Rover utility onto a hot rod. And I love the old V8 badge here, a Ford V8 hot rod. And they've got a coupe, and obviously been fitted with a V8 as well. And check this vehicle out, the Black Prince. And not much of this vehicle is standard Ford. Not much of it's standard, so there you go. He's certainly a labour of love. And I've got the owner here. I don't know whether he's willing to talk or not. You're not willing to talk? Oh, now this might be a chance to advertise your car and how good it is, and on YouTube, how much work you put into it.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much.
You wouldn't dare put a dollar value to it?
No.
No.
You can't.
But it's a labour of love.
Yes.
Yeah. No, good stuff, mate. Well done. And one of the early Valiants that they affectionately called Batmobiles. Black in colour, could well be original. Onto an Isuzu Bellet. And this particular car I know is for sale at the moment. It's an automatic, and I have seen it advertised, and really reasonable buying at $12,000. A Mini Clubman GT, and nice to see these things presented and some pride being taken in them. Through to a Ford Capri 2000 GT, so not the 3000 GT. 2000 GT had the 2-litre Ford Pinto motor in it. And here we've got a very large American DeSoto, and look at the presentation of that car. Through to the Jaguar XJ40 with wire wheels, which was not a standard extra, but has been put on the car. We've got a Chev El Camino Ute SS, so possibly either had the 350 motor or even the 454 motor. We've got a 1963 Ford Fairlane Compact for sale. So yeah, certainly not many of those around now. Supercharged Coyote conversion here on this Ford. Modern day, not the kind of thing that I really know a lot about. Look at this, an XE Ford Falcon panel van. Great to see. Due to a bucket, as I affectionately call these hot rods. And of course the early Morris Mini, so possibly an 1100 or something like that. Very popular. And the Mach 1 Mustang, fitted with some really nice Boss 351 gear. And here we've got a 1979 LJ81 Suzuki. And if you look on Stoo's Secret Stash, I have actually driven this car and featured this car in another road test. This car has been in the one family since new, and now the son owns the car. But have a look. I do have a road test of this very car in some time ago. We've got a Plymouth Belvedere here. And then we've got a Toyota Land Cruiser HJ45. Through to our Porsche 944, 1984 model, which is really great to see. And now we've got a Lexus, and certainly a popular car these days. Of course, Lexus is an offshoot from Toyota, and we've got a similar vehicle, but in a wagon. A lot of these Japanese vehicles were not available in Australia, and they became what we know as imports. Again, the Valiant rally car. Camp Quality, Variety, all those kind of charity runs. Interesting, a coupe here. Later model BMW. And the Ford hot rod. And someone who takes a lot of passion in restoring very, very early Victor lawnmowers. And Volkswagen Combi panel van. Don't often see those these days. Of course, they become very, very collectible. And it's wonderful to see. And look at that service with a smile. The owner saw me coming and opened it up. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And this is your baby?
It's my baby.
And how long have you had it?
Joy. About 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done it up from the top to the bottom.
Oh, did you? And of course, this is one of your keepers, your baby, so to speak.
It certainly is. She's not going anywhere.
Great, great.
1975.
So if I offered you a Tesla or something like that in place of this,
No way.
apart from laughing at me,
Definitely
you
not a
would
Tesla.
turf me out.
Yeah.
I love to hear that.
Something a bit more classic, maybe.
Yes.
But no, this is Sheila, and
Sheila.
she's got a lot of memories, and
Yes.
having done her up myself, it's personal.
Well
And
done.
there's nothing like driving her. So
Absolutely love it.
yeah.
Well done,
Thank
done,
you.
Sheila, and well done to you too, and keeping the dream alive.
Absolutely.
And this will be on my YouTube channel on Stoo's Secret Stash. Stoo, S-T-O-O.
Stoo. Okay.
Stoo's Secret Stash. So yeah, I've just thought I'd do a quick spin around and have a look. Well done, thank you.
Which of course goes towards the great work that the Westpac Rescue Helicopter does.
A Charger, hey? A V8 Charger, the 318 motor in the Valiant Charger. And next to here we've got a VW buggy. I don't know sure if that's the Manx, but it says here T&S buggy. There you go. And a late model Mustang, Shelby Mustang. So it certainly had a bit of tickling done to it. And you see it's got a supercharger there. And certainly not standard. Some early model Toyota Celicas. We've got the coupe, and then we've got the liftback. They are Grafton cars, and then we've got a very rare car called a Toyota Publica. The Toyota Publica came out in very small numbers, and correct me if I'm wrong, but had something like an 800cc motor and a 4-speed manual. So looking here, look at that. I love it when I'm right. 800cc, air-cooled, 4-speed manual. Hey Bob, how are you today, mate? Good, mate. Good to see you.
790cc.
I was right. I had a lucky guess at 800cc.
H2, what's a H2?
H2, you've got me on that one. But yeah, rare machine, and
Yeah, Ken Norton owns that.
yes, I do know Ken.
There you go.
Great to see you. Going great, mate. Here we've,
Original motor and everything.
yeah, we've got a brand new Jeep.
Rebodied
And,
it, yeah, and then it's all original.
Just incredible.
And it's a Ford too, I believe.
Just lovely to see.
Yeah, it's a Ford, yeah.
It's a Ford model Jeep, yeah. Great to see. Yeah. Well, look after yourself, Bob.
You too, mate. You take care.
Will do. VW Combi, very popular these days. And who would have thought that we would see a Toyota Camry on Club Rego and at a car show? But here we go, folks. Willys Overland, 1925. And an early Chrysler. Here. Stoo back from Grafton Motorfest. We've got a Triumph Mayflower. Triumph Mayflower, an interesting car, a little car, but look at the design. Built like a similar, I guess you could say, to a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce in the shape, and perhaps that was the reasoning behind it. Not like your regular small Triumph offerings at the time. a VW Beetle, Ford Falcon, the Boss motor, so certainly quite powerful. And great to see the rise of the American cars that we have here. Some delightful Buicks and Fords and Chryslers, this one being a Ford. And the Jaguar V12, Jaguar XJS I should say, V12, 5.3 litre convertible. Sitting next to a Ford Thunderbird convertible, and probably got a 390 motor, I would guess. Another Ford Fairlane Compact, and a Ford Mustang convertible. The H Holden Ute, and another Blue Meanie replica here. Obviously being used as a competitive car with a very high-powered Chev motor and with the number plates power skid. Through to a VF, a GDS Commodore, late model, of course one of the last of the Holdens ever produced, sadly before the factory closed down. Sitting next to a very standard looking VN, Holden Bellina. Then we've got a HJ, I believe, Holden Monaro, 5 litre, and I know this car, it is a 4-speed manual. Of course the late model Holden SS, and another Blue Meanie. Whether it's a replica or genuine, I don't know, but it's great to see these cars out and about. How often do you see a Holden Commodore 5 litre Ute? And that looks like it's got the VT 5 litre covers. And then finishing up here, we've got the Papaya, I think they call it, a Holden Tirana LX hatchback. And it's got a later model 5 litre Holden injected motor in it. HJ Holden Kingswood. I think you'll find this is a Vacationer, which was a popular family optioned wagon at the time, and a VS Calais, and then the 5 litre Holden Statesman DeVille. Another VN Commodore. They're starting to come out of the woodwork and semi-collectible, and now we have a Chev powered 5.7 litre alloy V8 Holden Adventra. So the 4-wheel drive equivalent, and this is actually a HSV one, so it's known as the VZ Avalanche. And we've got another Holden HSV enhanced Statesman and an SL Kingswood. Moving across to the last little area, and we've got a Maloo and a HQ Premier. Lovely to see these old cars and their patina that they came out in. And they got a later model for what was Holden that shape, a WB utility, and beautifully restored HR Holden sedan next to one that's a lot more original, with a 1.8 still sporting the 1.86 and looking rather standard. And that's how we drove them off the factory floor, folks. And Holden Sunbird. And then we've got the HG Holden utility, complete with all its patina. Got some speedboats, and this gentleman has boats called White Noise, and of course Karen Healy is the owner of these vehicles, and a somewhat of an enthusiast. And I'll put up the video or the film of these machines, or one of them running, the main one that we just looked at. This one here started up earlier this morning. I'll put this right now after this piece of filming. And folks, Toyota Corolla, and if you look here, that is not a standard Corolla motor. Sit right back there, very high-powered V8, and by golly, that car could scare the pants off most people. Norton Brothers Racing with their Formula 3 race car. Little BMW 2002. And then we get into some modified here. There you go, mate. There's some
Would you like a calendar?
racing car enthusiasts. Sorry, mate.
Would you like a calendar of the upcoming race?
Absolutely. No problem. Yep.
So this one's there.
Yep.
Grafton's there, and they're ran by the same promoter now.
Oh, great. Awesome. Might come up there and do some filming of those.
Cool.
Yeah. Are you local? Are you here in Grafton? Do you mind if I film you and ask you a couple of quick questions? So how long have you been racing?
I've been racing for 10 years.
10 years, and obviously you enjoy it.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. And do you think it's a good kind of thing to get into?
Definitely.
Actually, you're part of the Corbett family. I've seen your cars around a couple of different shows before.
Yeah, so Chris races this one,
Yep.
and Tony Dunn races the wingless.
Yes.
I currently race street stockers, and Z races SSA, RSA 4 cylinders.
Yes. Yes. Now, it was either you or there's another girl under the name of Corbett that also races in the area. So, is that...
There might be a few around, but
Oh, okay.
I'm Ziana Rogers. I'm not part of the corporate.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So we're representing them today because they
Right.
were able to come in.
Oh, okay. Yes.
We are
Yes.
with the Grafton Club, and we are committee members.
Great. Great.
So we're just here doing our bit, helping out the
Yep.
corporate family and helping our club out. So
Great.
yeah,
Okay.
glad to be out.
Well, I'm going to put this on YouTube. I've got a channel called Stoo's STOO,
Yep.
Stoo's Secret Stash,
Yep.
and my YouTube channel. I've only just recently started it, but it's all about cars,
Yep.
motoring and cars, traveling and music. So, and my intention is to not only test drive different cars, but get around to different meets and shows and various other things. So this is right up my alley. So.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
involved with it.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. So I've had the pleasure of driving a couple of friends' cars and road testing them, and that's all part of the fun.
Fantastic.
So because
Really good to hear.
we need to do it these days, I believe that some of our not so smart politicians would love us all to go onto EVs.
Yeah.
And sorry, but that's got hair on it as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with me today, and all the very best.
Thank
Will
you.
do.
You too.
Have a good one.
See ya. Got a Nissan Nismo Racing, and on to a Hyundai to finish off with today. And of course, being yellow, got the name of Bumblebee. So that, folks, is the Grafton Motorfest 2025. And Stoo's Secret Stash signing out and over, and we'll catch you shortly. Stay safe and be kind.